Hi there, I'm Holly Tousha. I'm presenting on our action-based research project that we're working on this coming year, and I have a presentation to share with you. So here we go. Action-based research by Holly Tousha, and I should be sharing on my screen my presentation. So the unit objectives. What we're going to be looking at is our students are going to be using pedometers every day during physical education, and they will be tracking their steps daily, and they will be connecting it to progress in their personal wellness portfolio, tracking data, improving fitness testing scores, using pedometer steps for goal setting, and hopefully affecting their affective domain towards physical education. So students will use the pedometers in class to experience the importance of physical activity and the difference per activity and per unit. They'll track their steps and evaluate and reflect on their progress. Using the steps, they can also make activity goals per class period, per unit, or even daily, and then to treat the technology with respect. Again, our purpose statement, similar to our unit goals, are just that the students will be using the pedometers during several units in order to track their steps and in order to evaluate themselves appropriately using reflection as well as creating goals. And ultimately, we want them to kind of estimate their daily activity level. Hopefully that will motivate them to try and get more steps than they did the previous class period or more than they would have without the pedometer on. And that's just increasing awareness and knowledge of healthy levels of activity. It does align with the state and national standards in Virginia. In 10th grade, we have fitness, responsible behaviors, and effective active lifestyle goals, and it does appropriately go with that, as well as our national standards, standards 3, 4, and 5, and they're all dealing with physically active people and tracking their progress. And the last one is using technology appropriately goes along with responsible behavior. So our next part, let's talk about the actual research part. So we have 10th grade students in physical education. They are co-ed classes, and there's a variety of races, ethnicities, sexes, even mental abilities. And the majority of the students are used to using technology, like smartphones, iPods, you name it. And so the pedometers, although pedometers themselves may be new to them, technology is not. So how I plan to use them, first of all, I do have the pedometers. In fact, I have a class set. And so we are good to go there. What I do not have is an effective storage unit. And so the object on the left is a wall hanging that I am trying to get my administrator to pay for. It is not very expensive. It's about a $60 thing, and it will really help us distribute the equipment quickly and collect it at the end of each class period. So with the class set, they'll all be numbered just as you see there in the hanging folder, and the pedometers will be distributed to them right after they come out from the locker room, and they'll place it right on their hip. They will be assigned a number, and they will learn to reset it and kind of begin their steps right away. And then at the end of class, they will collect that data, they will look at the number, they will record it on their attendance card or a Google Doc. I'll probably try both and see what works best. And the pedometer will go back in the numbered spot. Obviously, I will figure out if there's one missing, damaged, or whatever based on the number, and the data will be tracked at the end of each unit, and it will be a part of their personal wellness plan for the year. So I do need to tell parents what's going on, and there'll be information in the syllabus, as well as, I'll talk to the students about it. We'll talk about the purpose of pedometers, how they'll be used. I'll also encourage the parents to maybe buy some at home and to talk to their students about what they're learning or how far they're accomplishing in class. Because it will be a requirement for a student's daily participation, I will require them to pay 411 if it's lost or stolen, and obviously parents will have to be informed if that is the case. I am hoping that using technology in PE, even something small like using pedometers, will encourage technology use in physical activity even outside of the home. So my project overview, my implementation plan, students will use the pedometers on their waistband every class period. They'll make goals. They will track their progress daily, writing down their steps during the class period. At the end of each unit, they will evaluate their progress and create goals for the next unit, as well as evaluate and reflect on whether or not they did what they could have or did more than what they thought they could. And they will also reflect on the impact on fitness testing possibly. And the students will estimate their count with the goal of having them be better at estimating their count or creating goals that are appropriate by the end of the year. They should get better at that. So our measurement plan, the students making the portfolio, having the artifacts of the tracking of the steps. They will reflect on the progress. There will be some sort of rubric with short answer, and they should be able to show me how they understand the steps and what that means per day and per unit, and hopefully analyzing and reflecting on the differences in activity levels based on the unit and activity level of the unit. And all of those artifacts will be included in the final personal wellness portfolio, which is due at the end of the year. And students will have something to show for it. I am personally evaluated on their personal wellness plans as it is something that my administrators look for, and it is part of the Virginia Standard 7, which teachers must meet. And students will create the SMART goals and use the SMART plans, and they will reflect and evaluate their progress, and they'll be able to do these things using the pedometers and tracking steps. And all of that will be included in the final portfolio. I'm looking forward to using pedometers in each unit in the spring, and I'm hoping and excited to see what the students will be able to do once we get going here. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Can't wait to get started. Thanks.